Hey everyone, welcome back to our latest tip and hint today. And today we're going to be talking about taking enough time for your vision, or spending enough time developing your vision. And whenever we talk about goal setting for people, because that's a big thing, setting goals, reaching goals. That's what everyone does in fitness. You just don't go work out. Usually there's a purpose behind what you're doing. So whenever you're goal setting, we try to do steps in setting goals. And they're not just tips or bullet points, they're actual, in order steps that we recommend that you take. And in order, what they are is, it's have a vision, develop a strategy, believe, persist through trials, and then learn and have accountability. And I want to cover each of the steps, and then I want to tell you why it's so important to have a vision, or give you an analogy on why it's so important to have a vision. So having a vision is the first step, and then having a strategy, or what we would consider the diet or the exercise plan, is step two. The fad, all right, what workout am I going to do? What diet am I going to follow? And then, definitely believing in the vision and the strategy, and then, because nothing ever goes perfectly, the ability to persist through trials and keep pushing forward, and then at the very end, having accountability. So, because self-accountability is not enough. People, when they're accountable to themselves, generally will fail quicker than when they're accountable to someone else. And through that process, tied into the accountability, you're going to learn a tremendous amount about yourself. So that is the process on how we recommend in goal setting. But why is the vision so important? The analogy I always use for vision and strategy is a GPS unit. And basically, what you want to think about is a vision is exactly the same as getting in a car and knowing where you want to go. So basically, your vision for yourself, for your body, for your fitness is, what am I trying to get out of this? Where am I going? Or not so much even where are you going or where do you want to go, but where am I supposed to go? Where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do? What do I want to do? Type of thing. And that is the vision. That's what you're trying to get clear in your mind, is where is this leading me? So if you're taking a trip somewhere, it's the same thing. You just don't, some people just go in the car and drive, but still, if they just drive, they take lefts, they take rights, they're going somewhere. So whenever you go on a trip somewhere, you have to know where you're going, where you're driving. The vision for that trip is, I'm going here. Well, a GPS unit, let's look at I also parallel a GPS unit to a strategy. So a strategy is the next fad diet, the grapefruit diet, the Atkins diet, the whatever insert diet or workout routine, the latest boot camp, the latest CrossFit, the latest, good stuff. I'm not saying anything negatively. I'm just saying that is the strategy, and that is the tool, but it's not the vision. Where the GPS unit itself, it's the same thing. It's the tool. It's the tool to help get you from point A to point B. So what I say about the importance of having a vision is, let's say you get the top model GPS unit on the market. Maps are crystal clear. It reloads real quickly. Speaking voice is very clear to you. The maps are never inaccurate. It's always right. How good is that GPS unit if you don't know where you're going? If you get in your car and you're ready to go, and you're ready to use this new thing, and you're ready for it to talk to you and have these awesome maps, and you feel all cool, well, how good is that GPS unit if you don't have a vision for where you're going? I think we can all come up with that answer. And in your fitness, it's no different. If you have no clue where you're going, and you have a strategy, let's say for instance, you just think real quickly. You spend like a minute on my strategy. Look at your stomach. You're like, oh man, I gained 10 pounds. I need to lose weight. All right, my strategy or my vision is to lose weight. I just gotta lose weight. Okay, so you then pick up, you go on the internet, you search around, you find the best weight loss diet on the market, the best weight loss workout, and that's your strategy. That's what you're going to do. And you get into it, and all of a sudden, as you get into it, you find perhaps maybe that strategy isn't flawed, where people spend so little time on the actual vision and they spend more time on the strategy. And then when the strategy fails, or when something doesn't happen, then they look back at, well, why didn't work out? It was the diet's fault, or it was the workout's fault, or it wasn't this. And I always argue that maybe the vision wasn't clear enough, or maybe the belief wasn't strong enough. Maybe you didn't believe in the process or in yourself enough. Maybe that's the problem. And because let's say in reality you take this particular person, they say, well, I need to lose weight. But let's say in reality, if they were to focus more clearly on their vision, what they were wanting to get out of it, where they were supposed to go, let's say that weight loss really wasn't the consideration. Their number one goal was they just wanted to change the composition of their body. They wanted to be more toned, lose weight, trim their waistline, reduce body fat, look different in clothes, and the scale number was secondary to how they looked and how they felt and how they performed. Well, when that vision gets more clear, then the strategy changes. The strategy then isn't just about weight loss. It's all about building muscle, toning up, losing fat, being more fit, having better performance. And that strategy will have to change. So when you go in with a particular vision, the strategy always follows the vision, and the strategy is only as good as the clarity of the vision. So when you're spending ample amount of time on the vision, and this is exactly where you want to go, then you can develop the strategy very clearly to match that vision, or have someone like us help you to develop that strategy to match that vision. And then if the vision happens to change, if you reach your goal, if you have got to the point where you want to maintain, then what you can do is then you can change the strategy. And it's never usually the strategy's fault, because the strategy is almost all, there's millions of great fitness strategies out there. But when they're not aligned, when the strategy and vision are not matching itself, many times it will not be a right fit. So you have to make sure it's not the diet's fault, it's not the workout's fault. Typically it's because it might have been the wrong diet, the wrong workout, it might have been the wrong belief. It might not have been in line with what you truly were supposed to do or what you wanted to do. So spend ample amount of time on your vision. Be very clear about what your vision is. Be willing to change your vision over time. And some things is, don't stay at the surface. Don't look for just basic visionary things where, well, I just want to lose weight. Reach for the stars. Shoot for the stars. Go as high as you can go. Ask yourself questions. The two things that I always recommend for people to ask themselves is, if failure was not an option, if you could not fail, what would you want to accomplish? What were you intended to accomplish? What are you supposed to do? If failure wasn't an option, because our mind will limit us, if that was not an option, which usually it isn't, what would you want to accomplish? Start there. Keep asking yourself why. Always ask yourself why. Why do I want to lose weight? Why do I want to do this? Why do I want to do this? Talk with someone. Talk with a mentor. Talk with a friend. Talk with a coach. Talk about, don't just say, give me a workout, give me a diet plan. Talk about what you want to accomplish. And then tell them, if they don't know, ask me why questions. Ask me why. If I tell you I want to lose weight, why do I want to do this? Or hold me more accountable. Don't say, well, I just want to lose 10 pounds. No, more. Think of more, because you can do more. Your brain limits you, but you can do more. That is the reality. That is the truth. And when your vision gets larger, when that gets out there, and you start to become confident and believe that you can, and that vision opens up as it is more crystal clear, then the strategy and how to accomplish that then becomes better. The strategy always gets better when your vision gets clear. And so my advice to you, you can take a mediocre strategy, a mediocre workout plan, a mediocre nutrition plan, and it will work great for you if it's aligned with a perfect vision, with a clear vision. So the clarity of your vision is always more important than the strategy itself. And a crystal clear vision with a mediocre strategy will always trump a mediocre vision with a phenomenal strategy, because it may not be in alignment or in the right path for you. Spend ample amount of time on your vision, get that clear, and watch some of the changes that can happen in your life. Don't settle for just weight loss. Don't settle for just ground level. Shoot for the stars. Think big. Keep asking yourself why, and don't be afraid to continuously change that vision until it comes very much in line with what you're looking to do. My phone's ringing. I gotta go. Thank you for joining us today.
When you feel that something's wrong, I'll shelter you and keep you warm. I'll never let you walk alone.